Hi, I'm Laura Capelli, and this is a 20-minute set of fundamental movements and foundational exercises that are suitable for beginners, suitable for just grounding yourself and getting into some fundamental but exquisite moves of Pilates. Okay, let's begin. So we will sit with the spine nice and long. Really sort of stretch from the sit bones are pressing into the mat, and each bone sort of pulling up like a straw, one of those plastic straws that has the neck that's crinkled, and you pull up. So your spine is nice and long, pull your shoulders down, feet nice and flat, knees don't move. Take the breath in through the nose, feel the ribs expand, and as you breathe out without moving, contract the abdominals and pull them back to the spine, feeling the waist tightening and all the air coming out of your lungs. Take another deep breath in, feel the ribs expand, maybe the elbows go wider as the ribs inflate. And breathe out through the mouth. Connect to your body, to your class, to your Pilates that we're about to do. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, the arms barely move, but tuck the pelvis under, pull the belly button back, create the curve by rolling off your sit bones and pulling the abdominals back, and not relying on the shoulders to make the shape. So the shoulders do stay over the hips, but the arms straighten a tiny bit, but we're just creating the flexion in our spine by rolling off and pulling the belly button back. The inhale is here, and the exhale, create the curve. The neck follows the upper back, the head follows the neck. So we create the curve from the tailbone curling under, but also from the upper back curving forward. So we're pulling from both ends. And down. So now we're going to increase that curve so the arms will straighten. So roll your pelvis down, hands to the sides of the knees, tuck your pelvis under. Take a breath in and stay, and then use the breath to bring yourself over your legs and elongate to straight back. And we'll do that again. So as you curl under, you create the C. The arms get longer as a result of the pelvis coming underneath you. And again, when the shoulders aren't diving back into the movement, we're creating the curve and the scooping and hollowing out of the belly button. The knees don't move, the feet don't move. There's an inhale, a long inhale. And you can use your legs to get that length as well. So your hands on your legs to get that length. So we go down, so we're warming up the articulation of the spine, and lengthen. Then as you get more confident with that, you can take your arms out and go slightly further. So we'll go down to a point of control, keeping the knees still, the legs flat, and the back supported. So this is your challenge. And then that lever is heavier with the arms. Breathe in and stay. Using the exhale to flex over your legs. So nice fundamental movements, take your time with them. Really nice to get this down and up. So as you continue this practice, you can add on, you can hold, stay, you can add arm challenge to this, taking left arm, right hand, and even both arms, breathing in and then coming back over. So just build up to that. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, roll the pelvis down. Find that point of control. Feel supported in the spine. Shoulders are down. Take the left arm up without moving. The right arm up without moving. Breathe in and stay. And then roll yourself forward and up. And again, last time. Go down. So don't move on to these ones until you feel confident and comfortable in the ones that went before, but then you can continue with more repetitions of these in your own time and in your own practice if you're not doing it along with the video. We'll do this last time. Right arm up, breathe in, and then roll forward and lengthen the spine. Take your legs long, press the legs together, curve, make that curve that we were making earlier, arms parallel with the floor, and we're going to go all the way down. Down, down, articulating the spine down, bone by bone by bone. The arms come over the head, trying to keep the ribs nice and flat on the mat. Take the arms back over the head and we'll roll up. And flex over the knees, and take your time with this. You might have to bend your knees, and that's absolutely fine. We can do what works. Hold on to your legs. Even just start by taking your arms overhead and making this, reaching and back down. Building up to the full roll up where we peel the spine over, and nice roll up exercises. Make this one your last one for now. You can continue with this if you are feeling like that's what you'd like to continue with. Otherwise, I'm coming off my mat. Place your heels in line with your sit bones and take a moment to find your neutral pelvis. So you rock it gently backwards and forwards, trying not to use any of your big muscles. Come to a place in the middle where you find your pelvis is parallel to the floor. Maybe there's a little bit of space underneath there, not always, but neutral. The triangle of your pelvis parallel with the floor. If there's a hot cup of tea on the pelvis, I'm not going to spill it as I bring one leg into tabletop and place it down, and bring in the other leg. So we're kind of doing a marching thing here. Shoulders are drawn down your back, throat and chest and upper body is relaxed. Nothing is moving. So as we bring up the legs, the back is not moving to make this movement. This is completely still, and the only thing that's moving is the femur in the hip socket as we march in this position. Now, as you get more confident with that and you're feeling nice and still in the pelvis, we can bring one leg and then the second leg into tabletop, maintaining the neutral of the pelvis. We can toe tap here and challenge the movement. If the lower back is feeling a bit stressed and in this position, then you can imprint the spine. So you can flatten the grip a little bit, but not gripping, not jamming it down. So a nice tilt of the pelvis will give you a little bit more back support as you go. So look at my legs are staying 90 degrees, so it's not a knee bend. It's a nice, we're hinging from the hip, keeping nicely engaged through the pelvis, the breath, as we come back to center. Bring the arms out to a nice angel position. If the back is tiring, you can keep that imprint, and we can float the legs over to one side. Keep the knees in line with each other, and then use the breath to bring you back, and the ribs come like sandbags. Breathe in the center, and then lift up and over. The knee stays in alignment. Take a breath in and breathe out. Come back to center. Breath in through the center. Exhale over. Draw the ribs down first, and as a result of the ribs coming down, the oblique brings the legs back, and this is the last time we'll float over here. Keeping the hip high to make the knee alignment. Shoulder stays down. Coming through center without any strange twisting or getting sort of all the legs in a odd position. Try and keep them nice and flush and even. Okay, place the feet down. Take a deep breath in. Find your neutral, starting your neutral. As you breathe out, tip the pelvis, flatten the back without using the glutes. Use the abdominals and the breath. And then when you can't roll anymore, start to roll the pelvis off the mat, the lower spine, middle back, onto your upper back, keeping the hips rotated underneath you and knees staying straight. Breathe in and feel the energy going across the front of your body, and then roll down, bone by bone by bone. I'm talking with my hands, so try and keep yours where they are. I don't mean for you to start moving your hands over your body. I like to use the imagery of using dials to dial up your pelvis. Sound effects too. Breathe in, reach over the knees. And as you breathe out, roll the spine down bone by bone by bone by bone. And then opening the pelvis out at the end. And we can continue through this lovely rolling. We'll do, nice to do about 6 to 8 times. And then as you build up and you feel like adding more, take a breath in, roll your pelvis up, up, up. Put your weight all onto the left leg. Feel it in the glutes. Your right leg feels pretty light, and then float that leg up. We're going to tap that, keeping this hip nice and high and still, and the angle of the knee to thigh stays the same as we toe tap that. It's being strong, pushing into the foot, pushing into the glute, and being even and strong on the elbows, on the arms, on the shoulders, and place that down. Transfer the weight over to the other side, float at the left foot, and then keeping the hips high, we'll toe tap again. And I think we've got about 4, 3, 2, 1. Place legs down. Take a breath in and roll all the way down. If you feel like a little bit more of that, then we can roll up and add to the challenge. Rolling the pelvis, rolling up, 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 up. Keeping the hips nice and still, place one leg into that tabletop, and then we march in this position. And the quick transfer of weight is a bit more difficult to keep the pelvis stable, keeping it pelvic floor lifted, nice in the abdominals, engaged, and we'll do a few more on each side. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Take a breath in and roll your pelvis all the way down. My feet were a bit far away from me there. Okay, pelvis nice and neutral. Take your arms behind your head, keeping the pelvis in neutral. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your head and shoulders. Draw, slide the ribs down to the hip bones and lower down. So it's a pressing of the ribs, lower ribs into the mat as the head and shoulders float up without bracing the neck or pulling on the head. So these are nice chest lifts, floats, keeping the pelvis as stable and still as possible, and essentially not using it to get like a sit up, keeping it nice and still for the moment, drawing the ribs down to the hips. And you can carry on like that for a few more reps, but for now we're going to take up one leg and twist towards it. Then we'll stay high in center and twist towards the other, and we'll march through that. Your pelvis in this exercise can imprint. In fact, I think it almost has to. Very difficult to keep that in neutral. It's possible. But we'll flatten our grip to do that. I think you won't come in up so high with the leg. Okay, and come to center and roll your pelvis back down. Take your arms down to your hips and take one leg straight, bring one leg into tabletop and take it up to the ceiling. Hold on it and give it a little pull and a little stretch. Then take your arms out like an angel, and you don't have to make these circles very big, but then start the movement by bringing your toes a little bit closer to your nose. Take the leg across the body. We're going to move the hip and take the leg around, keeping the ribs still. Engage the abdominals and keep the pelvis reasonably still. As we can go over in some cases, but for this case we're just sort of staying reasonably still in the pelvis and still in the body. And then we'll go to the opposite direction. So if you have to bend your leg, that's fine. We're thinking of the femur doing being the vertical and being the most important bit. So we do that. And take the leg down and bring in the next one. Lengthen it to the ceiling. Have a little pull. Stretch the leg. Keep the supporting leg anchored down, and then keeping stable through the ribs. So the leg circles might be small, only as large as you can keep stable through the torso. So you don't want to be rolling. The back isn't doing this kind of motion. It's a bit exaggerated, but the body isn't stressed, and you're using the abdominals to keep yourself stable on the pelvic floor. And the breath. And we'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg and take them down. Bring the legs in. Flatten the back. Pull the legs towards you. Have a little bit of a stretch out of the lower back. If you're feeling a bit adventurous and want to move on and give yourself more of a challenge, then we'll start doing the abdominal series. Take a deep breath in and lift your head and shoulders. Hold onto one knee and lengthen the leg away from you. So you're sending that leg away from you as you're pulling this one in. So there's a two-way thing happening. Bring your sternum to your knee. Now I'm paused here a long time, you won't be, so we're just going to switch and switch and switch and switch, and we'll go to 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bring the legs in. Now you can have them rest here or go straight into the double leg stretch. You take the arms over the head and bring them round. Now you can unlip the arms, so you can just send the legs out and bring them in. Send the legs out and bring them in. Or bring them out and in. Keeping the back connected to the mat. And we'll do 3, 2, 1, and come back in. Adjust yourself. You can use this as a break, or you can take your head and shoulders back down to the mat. Lift the hands behind your head, and then we'll twist and twist and twist and twist and twist. And 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and hold and lower yourself down. Take a breath, lengthen out your legs, pick your arms over your head, feel a nice stretch and lift your ribs and expand, and then with control, roll yourself over. Okay, so we're lying face down. Put your legs together, although you can have them rotated out a little bit if your low back is feeling a bit of tension and pressure. I like to have mine a little bit separated and rotated out. It gives me a bit more space, but you can equally have them parallel and together. Have your hands by your ears like a cactus. So your head is like a pea on a fork, and your nose almost touching the mat. Engage your bottom and lift your abdominals away from the mat as if someone's sliding a piece of paper underneath them, and maintain that connection in the lower part of your body. Roll your shoulders back and down, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lengthen the hip away from you and just a little bit up, so it's just a small upper back movement and not down here. It's in the upper back, and lengthen back down. So here, engage the abdominals, be supportive in the back and get nice length and feel evenness through that movement. And lengthen up. So when you feel like building on that, you can place your hands underneath your forehead and then lift it up together, and this makes it heavier and makes it more challenging. And come back down. Lift like a torpedo, it's long rather than high, and come down. And again. And press yourself back up, stretch out the back, take a breath in and out, in and out, and roll yourself back up. We're going to sit with the legs, feet flex, and the spine nice and tall. So you're in like an L shape, and we'll genie our arms. Now, we're going to twist around our own axis. We'll try to go this side. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Now, there's a lot that can go wrong here. We're just rotating the ribs. The feet won't do this. They won't walk. It means the hips aren't moving. So just the rib cage is turning and the arms aren't sort of going like that. It's just a very subtle, shoulders are down, the arms follow in line with the ribs, and we try and get a little bit further on the second time, and we're moving through the ribs and the obliques, getting that nice rotation. You can build on this when you're ready by turning to one side, opening the arms, reaching them long, finding that position, closing the arms and coming back to center. Twist to the other side, find that nice tall rotation, be comfortable there, then open the arms, reach. It's challenging to hold your spine in that position as the arms move. And find that length, that really nice rotated position, close the arms, come home, and again, open, close, and come back. Flex over the feet. Hold, stretch your spine. Breathe in and out, and in and out. And there's some nice fundamental Pilates in a nice capsule for you. Okay, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you get some nice use out of that. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.